All right, everybody, we do want to welcome you all. It is Saturday, August the 23rd. And as we do every Saturday, we're doing our business launch meeting this morning. And we've got a special guest this morning, Eva Nightingale. Of course, Eva we know her as the queen of fun in our company. Okay. She's actually the one that has brought many of the things. She's added so much value to this membership. And what we're going to do is bring her on from time to time so she can really make you aware of some of the things that are available to you, okay, is the value that we have here. So she's got a couple of things that she's going to talk about this morning, and she's going to talk and go through a brief app as well. And so Eva, we really certainly appreciate you being on. And I'm going to turn it over to you. And if you need me for anything, you let me know. And my computer is kind of giving me a little bit of an issue here. But if I have to log off, I'll be back on. But Eva, so you guys give it up. Give me some ones in the chat for Eva Nightingale. Okay, let's show her that we appreciate her. And I'm gonna, you know, turn it over to Eva. So, Eva, you got it. Okay.
Thank you, Denson. Thanks for having me and good morning. Happy Saturday. I hope everyone's pumped for the training today. As Denson mentioned, we have moved the training time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So we're so glad you're here. And we're going to go over some Live Life benefits. First of all, I am Eva Nightingale, and I'm the Member Experience Director here and help handle also member relations and all of the benefit partners that we have that continue to add added value to your membership. So we're growing every month with new ones. And for today, I'm going to take you kind of back to the basics on a couple of things. And then as we go along, and you come every Saturday, and you can be a new member or an existing member because we're always learning together, right? So we will continue to cover one or two benefit partners at a time. So I'm excited to do a very quick back to the basics of let's take a tour of the app. And so everyone who's new here this morning, put a heart in the chat box, or you do a palm tree if you like. But I like lots of color, and I welcome all the new members. And I promise you that we have a great training systems and programs, and we have Denson, who is truly the best at training. And if you ever need any help from either, if you ever need my help as well as Melanie and Wes and Denson, I am available to answer questions. And I'm at concierge at brytelyfe.com, and I'll talk about that in a minute later. But here's the basics on the app, and I want you to pay close attention because as I do a tour of the app, this is something that you want to turn around and do with new members all the time. But also think about it this way. This is also something you're going to want to do when you're showing a prospect the app. So when you're sitting next to them or you're on the phone with them, you can share your screen of your phone. And at the very bottom, you can see from left to right, I've indicated here what each section is. And the far left is the home page. And then the second one, I know we all know it. This is the travel life section. So once you click on that, you're able to begin to search and book your travel, among some other things I'll show you in a minute. The dollar sign is the live life section, and I think we picked a dollar sign because you get to save a lot of money. You save money in all of these things, but I can't wait for you guys to dive in more and get more connected and save more money and create more experiences in your life through Live Life. The fire sign is announcements and events. So if we have an upcoming event, that's where you're going to find registration. For example, our upcoming event at the end of October in the Bahamas. And then there's the notifications, and these are really important. Make sure you're checking these out. Um, New updates are being pushed through into this notification section all the time. It's a great way to stay updated and learn new things. But also, for example, I send out on email our newsletter, and but you'll also get a push notification that it just came out, and you can click on the link right in there. So that's a really helpful area. And then the last section is the back office support. So I'm going to move on to the next page, and I just want to show you also on everybody knows how to search for travel, but also you'll be able to see free life and qualified members as over on the left, as well as your countdown up at the top, and then over to the right. Um, this is the area where you're also picking your bucket list, your 10 bucket lists. And just a reminder on the bucket list, you must have 10 selected in order to get assigned a bucket list trip. So you'll continually get emails saying to finish your 10 if you're up and ready. And we cannot assign it to, but it's in the rules that we cannot assign a bucket list trip without you choosing all 10. Okay, so next section, the dollar sign is live life. And when you go on to the dollar sign, and you're welcome to follow along as we go, you're going to see a list of all of our benefit partners, starting with World Vantage and member deals. And you can scroll down and you can see every single one of these benefits. There is a yellow button for you to click on to go to the benefit, learn more about it, and then see how to access the benefit itself. So one of the things I wanted to point out is with World Vantage, there's a video for you to understand how to use World Vantage. It's very important. I encourage everyone to watch that. And then if you decide to enroll, then this is where you enroll. And then the other one I was going to put in the spotlight is member deals. This seems to be a fan favorite. And some people have had questions recently. Did I? Hang on just a second. Oh no. Hi Denson, are you back? The sharing is not turned on, so I can't.
Oh,
Um,
I apologize, Eva. I am back, and hang on one sec here.
okay,
All right, I had to actually move over to my iPad. So
no
you
problem.
are try it now.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, so so that's member deals and World Vantage. And so I've had a lot of questions on member deals lately. And so for those of you that are new, once you click on member deals, the first thing you're going to see is the screen that's on the far left here that shows Broadway and events, theme park attractions, movie tickets, rental cars, shopping deals, and so on and so forth. There's even ski tickets here. And so those are the icons that you're going to use to go in to take a deeper dive on what each of these sections have to offer. There's some really cool things that you can do inside of the Member Deals app. Like you can search by city. And if you go to the bottom list of the cities, you can also search internationally by city. But in terms of this blue screen here, you can also find it on the the top left three bars. You'll see this travel, theme parks, rental cars, water parks are also listed for you, including your account. So a big question is, where do we find rental cars and cruises? So I do apologize that they're not on this main blue screen yet, but we're having them added. In the meantime, what you do is you go to the three bars at the up at the left top left, and then you're going to click on travel. And then that's where you're going to see rental car and cruises. So everybody just take 10 seconds to go into their app, go to the dollar sign, click on member deals, and then go and click into the area where you can go to travel and rental cars. I just want to make sure that you know where to find cruises. Okay, so that's member deals. The announcements, a really important place to go. We encourage you no more Netflix and instead to take your own tour on the app each night and dive deeper and deeper and look at all of the experiences that you can find within the app and also to make a dream list or your life list, and you write down everything you want to do in the next 2 years or 5 years or even the next 6 months. And then it doesn't matter what it is, write it down. And I always challenge you to go in and do some deeper dives and see if you can find it in the app. And I would say 8 times out of 10, you're going to find something close. If it's not the exact same thing, you're going to find it. So we're really excited about that. Well, with the announcements, we have in here right now the video for our Bahamas trip coming up October 30th to November 2nd. And we know you'll be there with us. We hope you'll be there with us. So many of you have already registered. Thank you so much. And this is the price here you can see. Here's a bit of our itinerary. We're going to do a really great Halloween party. We're going to have our Give Life project. We're going to have time at the Amazing Atlantis pool area. And it's going to be a really great breakthrough conference with amazing training and guest speakers. So we hope you will be there. The next is notifications, and you can see at the very top where it says the latest Bryte Lyfe newsletter is here. So if you haven't read the last newsletter, you can go just right into notifications and click on that and you'll get the URL. And then there's all other types of notifications, including updates to the app, etc. And then back office support, that's the last one. And those are the 3 lines at the bottom. So here you follow the pink line. This is the back office support. And a lot of people have asked, where do I find Well Life? Right now, Well Life is inside of back office support. So if you look at the first little box I have here and go down 3, you'll see Well Life there. And that's where you'll find the Well Life benefit partners. And that's what I have to the right here. So you see True and Body. True is an alternative to health insurance. It's health shares. You got to check it out. I'm doing it. I'm saving money and I'm really excited for me and my daughter. And then Body is an amazing benefit that you can take on the road with you while you're traveling. And there's many more below that. So I encourage you to do a deeper dive tonight on Well Life. Now you know where to find it and look at all the Well Life deals that you can have. All right, so the benefit partner of the day today is VIP International Flight Concierge. And the reason I chose this for today is it's an unbelievable deal. And we really want you to be able to save money and have the best experience possible on all things travel. So now we have travel insurance, we have our booking engine, and we've added the VIP International Flight Concierge, which, as you know, it's not easy to find deals on flights. So we feel so proud to have this, and this is lower airfare specifically for your global adventures. I chose it today because we've given out, I'm going to guess and say 125 bucket list trips in the last couple of weeks. And so if you're one of those members that is already receiving your bucket list, here's a chance for you to look up your international flight. And you're going to give us the details. You'll email concierge@brytelyfe.com. I'll go over to that in a second. But you have to be ready and know what the dates are, what location, and also even a general time for you to get the pricing back. We do not go back and forth where we help you. We keep looking for the same destination back and forth on email. and give you multiple prices. You have to be completely ready with one request, and then we put it in through our VIP concierge, and we give you the price for your flight and we help you book it. So, how do we do this? This is not available, I don't think, to any travel company out there. Very unique flight arbitrage formula that we use, including purchasing miles and points to uncover the best international flight deals for you. So here's just a quick list of the things that you need to put in your email when you request a flight. Name, email, departure city, destination. We'll also need to know the number of adults and children if you're wanting two flights, and then your travel class. So this is really, really important. And we cannot make the request until we have all of these. So concierge will remind you if you send an email asking and you're missing some details. Okay, so how are you going to do this? You're going to email concierge at brytelyfe.com, and you're going to give us your information, and we're going to do the searches for you. In general, though, I wanted to talk about concierge services. So we have a concierge team that's at your service and excited to support you as you're dreaming big and you're wanting to experience all these special things in the app. Some of these partners, we go directly to them. Me and the concierge team go directly to them for you to either, purchase a ticket, make a reservation, for example, with the foundation room, uh, communicate with our international flight concierge, and there's a couple of others. So if you're using concierge services for that, um, we need 72 hours in advance. So sometimes we get a request on a Friday. So that means that Friday's one day, Saturday's the second day, and then Monday's the third day. Many of our partners do not work over the weekend. So be conscientious about making sure that you send in your requests, preferably like on a Tuesday. A Monday or a Tuesday would be great. So that way we can get back to you by the end of the week. And be very specific on what it is you're looking for. Share a screenshot if you can. And just a reminder, the concierge team is not here to answer service ticket requests. So those often wind up in the concierge email box, and we don't have the answers to that. So you'll need to make a service ticket in order to get those questions answered. But concierge is also here to answer questions regarding any of the deals that you find anywhere on the app. And if you're looking for suggestions because you're traveling out of the country and you may want some ideas of things to do. So we're continuing to expand our team, and we're getting not only to provide some unbelievable suggestions I feel to the membership as of lately. We do bucket list trips inside concierge as well, but we're also getting the testimonials back from you. So you'll ask for help, you'll go to the concert, you'll come back and you'll send pictures. And so we're so grateful for that. And we just want you to feel free to use this anytime. We love to help. And then lastly, Denson, each week I'll show this just so everybody is familiar with it. This is kind of a cheat sheet, especially if you're new. Those of you who placed a heart or a palm tree in the chat, this is a great, quick learning tool for you. And it's our brochure for all of our benefits in travel life, as you can see on the top, live life, well life, what we do in give life, and then of course, most importantly, free life, because Denson's going to talk about that. And I'm about done, Denson. I went a little bit over ice. I'm so sorry, but I'll drop a link on where to get this brochure. And thank you so much for your time.
All right. No,
Denson.
Eva, you we really, really appreciate it. And you did not go over. Everybody always, they're anxious to hear more from you. So I really appreciate you sharing, and that was absolutely awesome. So guys, what we're gonna do now is in fact, let me and like I said, I had to switch over to my iPad here. And so let me see if I can reclaim the host and share my screen here. But Eva, fantastic job. You guys give it up. In fact, let's give Eva some tens in the chat box. Let's see. Yeah, let's give it up for her. And, we really appreciate everything that you're doing because, again, guys, the value that is added to the app is the key to your long-term residual income. Okay. It's not who wants this the most, it's who wants it the longest. And I tell you what, if you manage to do those small things that you need to do, they're going to compound over time. And with what Eva is doing here, it's something that can absolutely set you and your family financially free. So, Eva, you keep doing it, keep making it fun for us. Okay, we really, again, appreciate everything that you do. I think you're the favorite person in this whole company, so we certainly appreciate that. So, what I'm going to do now, guys, is this. I'm going to actually share my screen. I've got a few people that we're going to highlight today for what they're doing. And, this is a little bit, this share of the screen is going to be a little bit different from what you normally see. But, again, we have to be prepared for whatever. Okay. So, what I want to go through with you, and this will be very, very quick. I do want you to understand, though, we're working on systems, okay, for what we're doing here. We're working on scripts and all of that. So I'm not gonna give you any kind of a script today. We've got something special that's coming up. In fact, I'm working with a few of our leaders, one of which is Melanie Greenow, and we're gonna have some fantastic, systems and scripts for you guys. But what I do want to do though is this. I want to give you kind of the basics of what you need to be doing up until that time, because the last thing that you want to do is kind of wait around. Man, I'm gonna wait for this to happen or this to happen. It's almost like any excuse will do to not do what you need to do. So, just do it. Okay. I love the way Michael Jordan put it years ago. Just do it. And that's what I encourage you to do. So you already have a site that you can use your influence to share this business with people. Okay, join.brytelife.com/ your username. Now, when they go there, they can actually look at a 16-minute video that's done by Wes Melcher, who actually is the person that put this together. He's the president of the company, owner of the company. So, everything is all of the updated information is in this video. And if they like it, which some people will, they can go on and sign up right here on this page. Now, if they need more information, then, of course, we've got our corporate webinars that we do now Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. And you see the numbers are absolutely growing on this webinar. We've gotten them up to about 100 people now. You'll see them go to hundreds of people, and then you'll see it go over 1,000 people from literally all over the world. Okay, so we do business presentations. These presentations are no longer than 30 minutes, and you can get those at zoomviproom.com. Now, I want you to understand the power of this. Think about it. Let's say you put somebody on one of these webinars and the chat box is literally blowing up. People are excited. Your guest sees over 100 people on these webinars. Even before we say the first word, guess what? They're excited. They're ready to go. We're talking about hopes and dreams and having fun, and guess what? Before they see anything, they're ready to be a part of what we're doing. So I want to commend you guys. We're, really starting to get it with these webinars. And, again, we've gotten them up to about 100. I think they'll grow to 200 or 300 pretty quick. And then from that point, we'll see it go over 1,000. So we're excited about that. But this is your moneymaker. So be sure to be on the webinar. Everyone that we do, be there. Have your teams there, and whatever you do, have guests. We tell people all the time, bring us the guests, let us do the rest. I've built, millions of dollars in income over the years, and I've always taught people that, bring me the guests, let me do the rest. And you use your influence to get them to look, and guess what? We'll take care of the rest. Now, travel parties. This is something that we're really about to put a big focus on it. In fact, as we go through the fall season, guys, if you'll be willing to pull a few people over to your home, it might be 3 or 4 people, it might be 7 or 8, 10 people, it might be 15 or 20 people, it doesn't matter. anybody you would have over to your home for a party or a Super Bowl party or anything like that, birthday party, you need to have them over for a travel party, because we're not trying to convince anybody to do anything. But guess what? Because of your relationship with them, they're going to look at this with an open mind. And when they do, guess what? They're going to see it. And that's the beauty of it. I can tell you this. I could almost guarantee you this. If you've got any level of influence with the people that you know, if you were to have 10, 15, or 20 people over to your home, I don't think there's any way that you could not get your two people. And just imagine, what if you duplicated that? I've got friends of mine. We started a company, and man, they actually just in and out of home meetings within 90 days were able to take it to 100,000 a month in income. So these type meetings, home meetings, personal visits, and that kind of thing, they are very, very, very effective. Now we also have Bryte Lyfe nights where you can actually get a venue, and of course this document is going to actually show you. In fact, if anybody's got the link to this document, please put it in the chat box. Again, I'm on my iPad, so I can't go back and forth. But if you'll put this into the chat box, this kind of gives you blueprint of exactly how to get a venue to cooperate with you and that kind of thing. I would tell you, and I don't care if you're doing it at a public establishment or you're doing it at your home. Make it a Bryte Lyfe night. Make it festive. Okay, if you're doing a travel party, go to Party City and get some things that have to do with travel. And just like you would a birthday party, make it a travel party. When people come in, you can go to YouTube and Google, exotic travel, and of course, it'll come up with videos with the upbeat music and images and that kind of thing, and just make the vibe about travel. You might even do pina coladas and chip and dip or whatever. Keep it simple, but make the vibe about travel. People will come, they'll have fun. Sometimes, you can trick your mind. The subconscious mind is so powerful, guys. Sometimes you can trick your mind to take a person there. Sometimes you can trick your mind to go there, because if you've ever gone to an emotional movie, think about it. It might be a horror movie, or it might be a movie that made you cry. Well, that wasn't real, but your mind thought it was real. So sometimes your mind does not know the difference. So again, guys, just get it in front of people. The right people are going to see it. You can't show it right or wrong. You just show it to the right or wrong people. So the right people are going to get it, and the wrong people aren't going to get it, but you don't have anything to lose. The only thing you got to lose by showing this to the wrong person is a bruising of your ego. Well, trust me, that won't kill you. You'll get past it. And, the real success in this business comes from not letting it bother you. Just get it out to everybody, and don't worry about, what they say, what they do. If they're in, they're in. If they're not, they're not. Okay. Three-way phone calls. We must effectively utilize the three-way phone call. And this is where, when you share this with a person, you're actually going to connect them with your sponsor or your upline. You want to really edify your upline and your sponsor properly, so the person that you put on with them listens to them. Okay, very important. Now, this breaks this down to a three-step process. Now, I'm going to draw something on my screen here, and it is just this simple. Some of you guys try to, shy away from the fact that this is network marketing and that kind of thing. But I want you to understand something about this. This is the new age of network marketing, and the things you have to understand is this. Okay, this is you. I've always loved drawing the circles. Okay, so this is you. And, of course, you become an active member, and you want to do what? You want to refer two active members. Now, when you refer two active members, you're going to qualify for free life. So what does that mean? That means that the 179 a month for your membership is now waived. Okay. So because you referred two members, your first form of a benefit is this 179 a month being waived. Well, that's giving you a free membership. That's also going to give you your initial 200 that you paid, your 199 that you paid for your membership. it's going to give you 200 in travel dollars right back. So guess what? You've gotten your money back in the form of travel dollars, free travel that's loaded into your wholesale app. And then, of course, it qualifies you for the entire compensation plan. And guys, look, based on the simple duplication of two, this comp plan can pay you up to as much as $500,000 per month. You heard me right. This can set you financially free. So it's a simple three-step process. I would encourage you to, focus. Don't focus on 500,000 a month. Okay, this is not the focus. What is the focus right now? The focus is what? Becoming qualified with your two. Okay, just become qualified, because you can help another person do the thing if you've done the thing. Okay, so you qualify for free life, you qualify for your free membership, you qualify for your money back, and you qualify for the entire comp plan. Now, this is what I found. If a person makes a decision to do this, if you make a decision to do a home party and get everybody, or a travel party and get everybody that you know over to your home, guess what? You're going to get this done at that party. You're going to get it done within your first 24 to 48 hours. If you make a decision to get people on, everybody you know on the webinar this week, guess what? You're going to get your two done and get qualified this week. When you decide to do it, guys, it's done. So we'll just say that, you get step one done within your first 48 hours. Well, the next step is okay, and you're gonna say, man, it can't be this simple. But all you want to do, step two, is what? Help your two to qualify. Now, if obviously you're gonna help them to do what you just did. So if you did it in a home meeting, you're gonna, encourage them to do a home meeting. And if they do a home meeting, 9 times out of 10, they'll go on and get qualified. Or you might, do it. You may do it by getting people on a webinar. You may do a launch webinar and get one of us to come on and do a webinar for 10 or 15 of your people, or whatever the case is. But guess what? You help your two to qualify. They're going to qualify for what? Their free membership, their money back in travel dollars, and the entire comp plan. And guys, look, if you master that, all you want to do is duplicate. And again, we're adding systems that are going to absolutely help you in this process. Okay, so it's very important. So now the third thing that you want to do is what? It you probably guessed it, teach your two to help their two to qualify. And some of y'all are thinking, Denson, yeah, okay, that's a lot of hogwash. It can't be that simple. Well, what else is it? Okay, yeah, I mean, and some of you all are going to do it this way. Some of you all are going to, get 15 or 20 people over to your home, and you're going to get 10 people hooked up, and that's going to pay you $1,000 in travel dollars because you sold 10 memberships, and that's going to automatically give you five left and five right, which makes you a life for 300, right? Some of you all are going to do it that way. Why? Because you just went through the motions. But the bottom line is, this is a simple three-step process to life for 300. But some of you all, by mistake, is going to get 15 or 20 people over to your home and sell 10 memberships and become life for 300 overnight. It doesn't matter how you do it. The key is what? Just do it. Treat your travel party like you would a birthday party, like you would a graduation party, like you would a Super Bowl party. None of those things pay you, but this thing is going to pay you. And guess what? It's just as much fun, if not more fun. So what I want to do at this point is, I want to recognize a few folks that have really been using this three-step process to actually promote themselves up the ladder. Okay. And the first person, and I want to congratulate her. And she and her husband have really been working hard. She and Byron, Lottie Jones, and they're out of Memphis, Tennessee. One thing, if you've ever met this lady, you know that, she's always at the events, and she's been traveling with us as a community and that kind of thing. That's what's so special about what we do. And she actually, this week just promoted to life for 300. And I am, very, very excited for, for her and her husband. We're very, proud of her and what she's doing. So, Lottie, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually ask you to unmute, and I want you to come on. And one thing about this lady, guys, I'm going to tell you what she illustrates. Okay. And what she does here is, she has 3 or 4 different businesses right now. Okay, she is very busy. I don't think they come any busier than Lottie is, but you know what? She finds times to do those simple things here to make this work, and that isn't a testament that everybody needs to pay attention to, because sometimes we'll accept any excuse. Any excuse will do. But you know what? I had the opportunity at a point in my life to be mentored by a multi-billionaire. And you know what? One thing that he always said is, when you're in a business to make money, you can either make money or you can make excuses, but you can't make both. And that's the thing, guys, that we have to understand. Whatever life is for you right now, it is that. But the thing that you have to understand is that you're either going to do it or you're not, and your life is still going to be the same. Whatever you were doing 5 years ago, you probably might be doing the same thing today. But the bottom line, guys, is this. I love that, Melanie. For things to change, we have to change. And you have to just make priority whatever it is that you want to do and make it happen. So Lottie, I see you're unmuted here. We're so proud of you, we don't know what to do. So why don't you tell everybody, how are you feeling about it? Okay, and we really appreciate you coming on.
Good morning, good morning.
Or good more earnings, shall we say?
I feel amazing. I did it, I did it, I did it. I did it actually within 45 days. Even though I started the end of February, I lost my mother and my sister.
Mm,
So that prolonged it a little bit. But when I finally got to it and started sharing the dream, it came into fruition. Now, I say, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I have 4 businesses or companies. 4. I work 7 days a week to sun up to sundown. Sometimes 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That was the other night. But most times from 10 a.m. to during tax season, 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, if I can make time to make this dream happen, then there is no excuse for anyone else on this planet to not do what I do. All I'm doing is telling people to follow me on the Zoom call and follow their dream. That's it. The
wow.
savings are unbelievable on the app. Totally unbelievable. I have quoted my girlfriend who went on a trip, or we scheduled a trip to Fontainebleau in Miami, and saved her, she got 2 rooms, saved her $2,000.
Mm,
We've used the app several times for hotel stays. Each time we saved $100 a night. We have used the app for concerts. I'm going to the Stephanie Mills and concert in September, Gladys Knight, and I saved $100 on that. So the savings are there. We've just got to dig into the app and use the app, get comfortable with the app, and make it happen. Make your dream happen. One of the reasons why I got into this is to stop working so hard. This has been the easiest job I think I've ever had to get to this level so quick. And I figure if I can keep duplicating that, one of the jobs can go away next year. And I'll keep duplicating it, building my income up to whereas I'll at least have 2 of them left. I won't get rid of all of them. But I'm
multiple
very,
streams.
yes, I'm very excited though.
Well, that's awesome, Lottie. Look, congratulations, and guys, look,
Thank
this is,
you.
I'm so glad that she's on and she shared this morning, because some of you all are thinking right now, how am I going to do this? I'm too busy to make it happen. Melanie, I would love for you to unmute because guys, I've got Melanie on here with me this morning because we're working together to put systems in place for the company where people can duplicate this. But Melanie, I know you're very excited. This kind of thing excites you as well. Would you like to add anything at this point?
Well, first of all, I just got out of the gym, so I've been listening to you guys the whole time because that's how we do the business. But Lottie, congratulations. The precedence that you're setting in the company for people to work through their life is really amazing. I'm sorry about your mom and your sister. That is a tragedy all on its own. And then to see you run 4 companies, deal with that, and still build Bryte Lyfe, that is really a testament to the power of a dream and a decision. So congratulations. Yes, Denson, I am very excited about the systems that we have coming, guys. We're going to be able to have a rollout plan for you for social media and home events and all the things that Denson's been talking about. But the reality is, for me, systems is very much about duplication. Lottie's already duplicating. So you don't have to wait for anything. It's do what's in front of you. To get 2 people, you don't need duplication. You just need to reach out to the people that you know. To get those 2 to get to, you still don't need tools for duplication. You just need to do it because everybody has a sizzle market. Most people can call 2 people that they would call if they had a flat tire or, something happened and, your dog lit fire and you needed help. You could call a couple people and they would look at it because you asked them to. That's where we're going to start with you guys. But I just want you to know the vision for where we're taking Bryte Lyfe. We already have the most exclusive, powerful membership in the market. We already have a CEO or a founder that's working on a new website, a new app, all the things. It's beautiful what's going to be coming. You guys wait till Bahamas. Like I would be in Bahamas if I was you. But I also want you to know that we are going to create the best marketing system in the market today for people that really want to go pro. So you need to learn the basics. You need to get your 2. You need to help them get your 2 because that doesn't change. But then as we roll out some of the new systems and, are able to teach you some of the new skill sets for social media, it's only going to get better and better. And Denson, I want to thank you because I know you really have been leading the charge, training people. You guys understand that Denson has, and you may know this, you may not, but Denson has a 30-year history being extremely successful in network marketing. So when he's talking to you, he's not giving you ideas that he think might work. These are like tried and true principles. I was running 2 businesses, 65,000 a month in overhead, 44 employees, pastoring a church, 3 foster kids under the age of 7, single mom, 2 dogs when I started in network marketing. And guess what I learned? Exactly what Denson just told you. But I made a decision. And that's where I'm going to pass it back to Denson because I made that decision to set some time aside and get serious about building my dream. You guys, in 4 weeks, I replaced my income. In the first year, I made more money in a year or in a month than I used to make in a year. And then it's been straight up from there. Not always easy, but totally worth it. Thank you, Denson, for having me on. I look forward to the rest of the training.
All right, awesome. I really appreciate that. Now, what we're going to do, guys, now is we've got another person. Actually, we got 2 more people that we're going to recognize, and the next person, and she has grown to become a favorite of many people, and that's Terry Dye, and Terry as well. Now this is what I've illustrated to you all. Okay, 3-step process or 1-step process to become Lifer 300. And, of course, Lottie has done that. Terry, did that pretty quickly. And the next step, obviously, is the what? Start duplicating that process and helping your people to do the exact same thing. So, of course, we want to congratulate Terry Dye. She just became a Lifer 800, and we're so proud of her. We don't know what to do. And again, guys, she is another great example of no excuse, will do because, for a person that's looking for excuses, any excuse will do. But, Terry is one where no excuse will do. And I love working with people like this. So Terry, we all have just taken you into this family. We all love you and we appreciate you being here. And why don't you come on, Terry? And, this is a huge accomplishment in our company. In fact, guys, when you look at the value of money, and what I mean by that is this, okay? We know that if you wanted to, let's say that you wanted to make residual income the way that wealthy people make it, okay, and that is money in the bank. Well, 800 a month works out to about 10,000 a year. You'd have to have, well over $1 million in the bank in order for that bank account to pay you 800 a month in residual income. Terry has done that here. So, it's kind of like being a virtual millionaire, we'll say. So Terry, why don't you come on and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and it's so great having you here. How do you feel about Bryte Lyfe? And guys, give it up for Terry.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much, Denson. I am so excited about Bryte Lyfe. I promise you I am. You just don't know. Um, Someday I'll get a chance to tell the full story. I know I just have a brief time here now, but when I got the call about Bryte Lyfe, and I was like, wow, and just so happened it was Denson and another team member on the phone, and it was like, Terry, we got something we want to share with you. And they say, well, we know Leah, she said, Terry, I know, you just lost your husband, over a month ago, about a month ago. She said, but and we're not rushing you or anything like that. We understand the process you're in right now. She said, but I know you would want to hear about this. She said, so just you got time you want to hear now? Say, sure. I was glad to have conversation with someone because you can imagine that was a lonely time for me. And so when they shared the opportunity with me, I was like, wow. I said, but I just couldn't find the time right then to concentrate. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead on and just leap out there in faith and plug in anyways. I say, send me the link. They sent me the link. I signed up that day. I could not really focus on it. What I did was I set it aside for about 2 or 3 weeks. Like Lottie said, she couldn't jump right in. And I started getting on the Zooms. I said, well, at least I could get on the Zooms at night. I mean, so I started getting on those Zooms and I started hearing the presentation. Wes, Denson, Eva, and then Melanie came along. I started just plugging in. And when I started plugging in, I said, oh, well, I better slow down here. I better start telling people about this. And I went to tell Lottie about it. And Lottie said, Terry, I don't have time. I said, Lottie, we do a lot of the same things. I don't have time either. I said, but please look at it. And she did. And so once I plugged into the system guys are in place. Really, to be honest, I have not done not one presentation since I've been involved. I have just plugged into the system. Either Denson or Wes or Melanie, they're doing it for us. The system is in place. So all I'm saying to you guys, if you would just plug in, that would be the word I would take away from what I'm saying today, and just plug into the system. Most of the people, I would say 95% of the people that I have gotten engaged into this business has been from a 5 to 10 minute text that I send to them right before the Zoom start. I don't give them an hour. I don't give them a day. I send the text right there because I figure if they're available and they can jump on the Zoom, they'll go ahead on and do so. And that's what many people have done. And so, Denson, the entire team, what I'm saying is that I'm excited about being a part of a business where you not only get, discounts and bucket list trips, but we're getting a dream. We're getting a chance to dream again. We're getting a chance to do the things that we didn't think we could ever do. And I know for me, I didn't think I could do something like this. And $800 a month, hey, that's huge. So I encourage all of you to plug in, get with your leaders, follow the steps so that you can get to 800 too. This level is not just for me. This level is open for everybody that's on this call. I'm so proud to have Lottie, to get to 300. So my goal was to help her to get 300. I have other team members on the call today. My job is to help them do the same thing. It's called duplication. So I just want to say, guys, thank you for allowing me to talk today. Thank you for your love and support. And I'm so excited about all this for the future holds with Bryte Lyfe.
Awesome, awesome. Congratulations, Melanie. Is it anything you wanna you say? I know you met Terry, and anybody that meets Terry absolutely loves her. But Melanie, if there's anything that you want to add before we go to the next person, you feel free to.
No,
And
I'm
look,
good. I'm
okay.
enjoying the testimonies, you guys. Seeing the stories, again, there's a common thread, right? Like Lottie didn't have time. So Terry didn't have time. And both of them had grief in their lives. And so sometimes we think, oh, I shouldn't reach out to that person because they've got this going on, or they've got that going on, or they don't, maybe they don't have the money, or maybe they got too much money. And we always make up these stories about the people that we should reach out to. But the truth is that you don't know what's in someone's heart, and you don't know what they need. And you really don't know what in the end is going to be the thing that makes somebody says yes. And Denson and I had a mentor in common, and he used to say, you can't show the right person the wrong way, and you can't show the wrong person the right way. So our job is not to prejudge the people that we're reaching out to. As a matter of fact, I'm talking to a guy who's worth about $100 million right now, and he makes a lot of money, and he's super excited about Bryte Lyfe. And then I'm also talking to a single mom who can barely pay her bills. And so I don't prejudge, because if somebody had prejudged me, where would I be today? So congratulations, ladies. And of course, Denson, you're doing an amazing job leading these teams. It's so beautiful to see.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks a lot. And I tell you what, this last one that we're gonna go to, Tamara. Tamara and I have worked together for years. Okay, I can truly say she's like a sister to me. And I tell you what, when she's been there. Like when my father was on his deathbed, Tamara came by to check it out. When we lost my son a couple of years ago, she was there. And it's just certain things beyond business that you really appreciate about a person. But Tamara is another one of those very successful, very busy people that finds a way to make it happen. Now, you guys, if you've ever worked with me, one thing that you've always heard me say is the fact that it's not who wants it the most, it's who wants it the longest. Okay. You have to, give your business a chance to work. Now, that might, it may work your first week in the business. It may work your first month in the business. It may take a year for you to see signs of your business working. It may take you 5 years to build your business. But guys, you have to understand, it's not who wants it the most, it's who wants it the longest. Now, this is a perfect example of this. Okay. And, Tamara, first off, I want to congratulate you. Lifer 1600, you're among the, top promotions in this company, in a company that is in concentration, about to go into momentum. So guess what that means? That means that if, Tamara maintains where she is and she's a part of the growth of this company, she'll end up with a six-figure monthly income. Okay. That is very, very powerful. But Tamara, I want to ask you something, okay? Because the two ladies that were just featured are actually a part of Tamara's organization. But Tamara, let me ask you this. Did you know Terry or Lottie before Bryte Lyfe?
I did not know Terry, but I did know Lottie
Okay.
from a long time ago. Though she didn't even remember me, but it was funny. It was great to see her.
Well, did you get her in Bryte Lyfe?
No, no, I haven't seen her in years, probably over 10 years.
There we go. And so you see it developing, right? And guys, that is so important that you understand. Tamara, even when we first talked, I knew Tamara was busy. I mean, how many hours do you work a day?
I'm
Tell
normally
everybody
up
what you
around.
do.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I am a natural health practitioner with my business, Total Package Health and Wellness Spa, fitness trainer. I have had a tax company for over 20 years. I also have three children. One is a senior, one is new in middle school, and I'm always running. Got two locations in Memphis and one in Nashville.
Okay. All right. So you all see, she doesn't have time either, right? But
No.
so no excuse will do for successful people. That's what you have to understand. So Tamara, tell everybody, kind of your story, how you feel about Bryte Lyfe and that kind of thing.
Well, I'm excited about Bryte Lyfe. I love it. Because I am so busy, I try to incorporate it in everything I do. Shoot, I've even added a little feel on my clients when we're dealing with their health. We're like, do you want to relieve stress by getting discounts on travel? I added that in there. And if they show any interest in that, I already know what to do about it. So I've even one night. Well, now I just changed it from one night to 2 nights a week. Um, Taking about 30 minutes just to show the presentation. So it's about bringing it. I'm already up late, so just give it 30 more minutes for Bryte Lyfe. So that's what I've done.
Now, Tamara, since you are doing a couple of presentations, would it be okay if Terry and Lottie and a few people plugged into what you're doing?
Well, absolutely. Actually, it was really funny. We were going to, because the team does such a great job here in Memphis, having presentations regularly. It was after I came back from the trip with the Bryte Lyfe trip in Vegas that I called the team on the phone and was like, hey, y'all, we're going to start having meetings at my place on Wednesday night because I need all of you at 300 a month. And so that's what catapulted that. And so now I'm excited. I have more team members like, so proud of Lottie and Terry. They are amazing. And they've been on fire ever since I saw them at one of our team meetings. And then another young lady, her and her husband, Barbara and Jerry, they went to Life for 300. And then so they were getting excited. So I said, okay, well, we need to up another day. So we love the webinars. I mean, you guys have done an amazing job with the webinars. It keeps my people engaged. Hallelujah. Thank you. I don't have to do everything. That's what's amazing about the business. And I'm loving the trips. I hadn't traveled really because I've been so busy in over 8 years, you guys. And because of Bryte Lyfe,
Wow.
I've taken more trips this year than I have in the 8 years. So I'm very appreciative, very thankful. And $1,600 a month is profound. And it makes it real easy because I don't have to pay for those trips.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. Well, hey, congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I don't know what to do. And guys, Tamara is being a leader. That's what it's all about. When you get focused in on helping other people to get to that point, you're becoming a leader. And that's what it's all about. And Tamara is one of the top leaders in our company, and we're excited about that. Melanie, uh, what do you think about Tamara? You think she's gonna make it?
Oh my gosh. I just heard the magic words. I was at the event. I heard that Life for 300 was the goal, like to make Life for 300s, because you guys all know our company goal is to have 100 new Life for 300s. And I hope you caught it. I hope you caught it. She went home and applied it. That's the difference between people who make it in business and people who don't. You don't have to be good at it. You don't even have to know what you're doing. You just have to be willing to start and willing to try. And that's exactly what she's done. So, Tamara, thank you for leading from the front, for showing people that they don't have to know what they're doing and that they can pick up a little nugget at an event and go absolutely change their lives and the lives of the people around them. So, congratulations and thank you, Denson.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. And look, guys, the Bahamas is going to be incredible. So you absolutely want to be there. Tamara, you're one of the leaders here. You're going to be in the Bahamas?
Absolutely. I've already got my ticket. Don't play. I'm
There,
so excited.
I tell you what, the new Tyler Perry movie there in the Bahamas. So don't be like that group in the Bahamas. But hey, guys, look, we are definitely excited. We're excited about everything because this is about what it's about: living your life and making money. So, Tamara, I certainly appreciate you sharing. And guys, look, that is what it's all about. Now, the next part of this is gonna be very, very quick. I'm gonna get you guys on and off because I don't like to take any training over an hour, but there are a couple of things that I want to cover with you very quickly. Okay. Now, this is the deal. Our new comp plan, you could actually find this in your app. One thing that you'll notice is that we've got a new position, which is lifer 5,000. And what this does is, like, if you'll focus on helping other people get to life for 300, it's going to automatically drive you up the ladder. It's going to drive your team members up the ladder as they start doing that. And what happens is this, okay? 5 is life for 300. You get a couple of life for 300s below you on each side of your business, it's going to by default take you to life for 800. When they do what you just did, it's going to take you to life for 1600, which is 1600 a month. And then, of course, guess what? Tamara's sponsor is life for 3,000. Okay, and I'm life for 5,000. Why? Because we've got people that are locking in below us that are making those positions. Okay, and then of course that next position by default is life for 7,500. Okay, and that next position by default is life for 15,000. Guys, look, the next position is what? Life for 30,000. So the bottom line, guys, is this: if you will just focus people, and of course the system that we put in place is going to encourage this and drive this, but the bottom line is, as people below you hit those positions, it's going to automatically drive you up. Okay, and we're on the very front end of this. In fact, our company is 1 year old, but guess what? This first year was, it wasn't about building as much as it was about serving the company, if that makes sense to you guys. So the thing that you have to understand is we're kind of doing a true launch of this company right now as we speak, because that first year was a lot of work that was about making the company healthy. So guys, you got to have a success mindset. In fact, this is what I want to end on here. Okay, I want you guys to think about something. What you have to do in this business is very simple. In fact, what if I told you that, look, all you got to do is make a written list of everybody you know. And if you'll take this list and treat it like a card game, okay? Like we all know, if you had a regulation deck of playing cards, you got 52 cards in the deck. And what if I said, okay, this is the game. If you'll flip one card at a time, every time you flip an ace, that ace is going to be worth $1 million cash to you. So of course, there are four aces in the deck, which gives you an earning potential of $4 million. But what if I said, look, this is the stipulation of this game. First off, I'm only going to give you 1 minute to flip one card at a time, okay, in order to get those aces. You're only going to have 1 minute to get all four aces. And if you don't commit to get all four aces, then deal off. You don't make anything, okay? It's like if you get one ace and you quit, I'm not going to give you $1 million for that. You're going to have to commit to go through each card, one card at a time. And if you commit to get all four aces, then I'm going to pay you $4 million. But, if you don't do it, then deal off. So you only got 1 minute to make that happen. So this is what I want you to think about, okay? What if you flip 5 cards with no aces? How would that change your approach? I mean, would you spend a lot of time being discouraged, saying, "I knew it wouldn't work. So and so told me that this wouldn't work, and the aces aren't even here. I already flipped 5 cards and I didn't even get an ace." No, you don't have time, because I'm only giving you a minute to get this done. Or, what if you got a 2 of clubs? Would you spend a lot of time trying to turn that into an ace? Well, it's not possible. You're not going to sit here and talk to this card and say, "Look, you're a 2 of clubs. You're close. You could be an ace. All we got to do is move the club down and turn the 2 into an 8." No, you don't have time to do that. Why? Because I'm only giving you 1 minute. So what have you quickly figured out? This is a game of sorting. And if you become an effective sorter, and you commit to get to those four aces within that minute, then that gets you to the money. Now, the reason I share this with you is, think about it. We're right here at school time, right? So our kids are going back to school. Well, there are certain things that you expect for your kids to do in school. And, like, say if your kid doesn't like math, why do they, even if math makes them uncomfortable, or public speaking makes them uncomfortable, or whatever that subject is that they don't like, they don't necessarily like, it makes them uncomfortable. Why do they have to do it? Why do you insist that you don't even take failure as an option? Why must they do it? They must do it because it is the law. They must do it because you as a parent know that they need these skills in order to be successful in life. Well, think about this. We judge our kids on what they do. We grade our kids on what they do. Why aren't we judging ourselves for what we do? Because guess what? The simple, second grade activity that you have to do here is just be willing to get this information in front of everybody that you know, love, and care about. So, why aren't we being as hard as we are on our second grader as far as this business is concerned? Because if I had to grade the activity in this business as far as what it takes, it would be second grade activity, guys. And you know what, we're hypocrites if we expect our kids to do second grade activity but we won't do it, right? So I encourage you guys, just understand you can't show it right or wrong. You just show it to the right or wrong people, and you must be willing to get to your four aces, because I can guarantee you those four aces are in the deck. All you got to do is what? Get started. If you're willing to get started, those aces, as you just saw here, might come from somebody else's deck. But if they end up in the left team and the right team of your business, guess what? You're done. So we appreciate you guys being on. I definitely want you guys to give it up for all of our speakers today. In fact, if you enjoyed the speakers, I want you to give them a 10 in the chat. And if you didn't enjoy them, give them a 10 as well. Okay, so we appreciate you guys being on. And, of course, we'll see you on this training next Saturday. But tomorrow night, we've got our corporate update call. It's going to happen at 8 p.m. Eastern. We also have our first presentation of the week that's going to happen at 9 p.m. Eastern. So guys, load it up. You've gotten some great advice from, producers this morning. And with that, we appreciate you all being on, and we'll see you tomorrow. So have a great one. Thanks a lot, and bye-bye.